Hi everybody, Joe Conroy, Certified Financial Planner, author of Decades in Decisions, as I wrap up my video series on the different sections of the book. So each chapter is a different decade in one's lives. So as you're in your 30s, a lot of folks that I work with have similar planning considerations. Now when you get in your 70s and 80s plus, as the last chapter of my book, there's some very important decisions to be made and some pitfalls. For example, one of the most confusing rules out there is required minimum distributions. So, a lot of times I'm talking to people now and they think, okay, well I'm 70 and a half. Well those were the old rules. So now in the year that you turn 72, you're required to take a minimum distribution. What if you have inherited a IRA account or a Roth IRA account? There's new distribution rules for that, but that's a section in a different part of the book. So with required minimum distributions, it's based on the aggregate amount of portfolio that you have in these retirement accounts. If, let's just say you have two different retirement accounts, it doesn't matter if it comes proportionally from both. You can take all of your total from one account or the other, or some combination of both. Quite frankly, the IRS doesn't care. As long as you're taking the money out and you're paying the taxes on it, it doesn't matter to them where they come from. There's certain investment vehicles that have liquidity restrictions and things like that, or maybe there's deferred growth on them, and you don't want to touch that stuff just yet. It's totally fine if you take the required minimum distribution from your separate IRA account, it'll be good. So when you do get your required minimum distribution, if you haven't taken any money from IRAs, you get what's called a 1099-R, and that's what tells the IRS how much money you've taken out. The next question I'll typically get is, well, what do I do about taxes? Do I just set it aside? Do I have to think about it? Do I remember at tax time? Speaking from our experience, you can do what's called tax withholding. So when you send a distribution and the money plops into your bank account or you get that check, you can set aside money for the IRS and for your state. And you can work with a tax professional to kind of narrow in how much you should withhold as a percentage. Work with a financial advisor. I'm sure they can offer some guidance. I know I certainly do with my clients. But if that's a new one for you, that's going to be a consideration in your 70s and up. Talk about it in the book. As always, thank you for watching.